Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here, and welcome to my very first episode review for Ninjago Prime Empire. The episodes are finally coming out in English here, so I can go ahead and talk about them and give my full reviews on these episodes, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about, of course, like I normally do for my episode reviews, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I enjoyed, some of the stuff that I really didn't care for, and then at the end of the video, I will be giving the episode a score out of 10. So once again, it's nice to go ahead and bring back these episode reviews after Season 11. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. How does Prime Empire begin, and is it a good start? So first things first, the episode is called, of course, Would You Like to Enter Prime Empire? Kind of a mouthful there. I believe that's what that's called. I think that's the actual English title, so hopefully I'm correct about that. Otherwise, that would be most embarrassing. But yeah, it does a pretty good job of setting up the season, all things considered. The episode basically consists of the ninja foiling a plan from the mechanic, who is, of course, trying to retrieve a motherboard that has something to do with Unagami. We do know that the mechanic is working for Unagami based off of the Prime Empire shorts, and this episode kind of blends nicely into those and kind of sets up the rest of the season overall. Once again, the actual storyline is pretty good this time around. The ninja all act like themselves, and it is really nice to see the ninja team back into action, especially after Season 11 ended and the overall final conclusion of Season 11 kind of excluded Zane from the actual team. So it's nice to see them all working together, and actually nice to see them all on the same side once again. And overall, it's a pretty good intro. There's still flow with the series, and it's pretty good. And of course, it does lead into Prime Empire. Jay goes ahead and starts up the old Prime Empire video game, and of course, that will play more of a focus into the story later, but we can definitely tell that Jay is the focus, and the season so far has a very clear vision. And of course, like there normally is with Ninjago, there's just funny character moments in there, such as, for example, Lloyd not knowing what a VCR is because he's, I guess, too young to know what a VCR is, and that makes me kind of feel old, but you know, character moments like that are sprinkled in throughout this episode, and they're pretty fun to go ahead and watch. And there's also references to, like, you know, the fact that Jay and Cole are best friends, so it's nice to see those kind of interactions flow. This episode is very exposition heavy, which I guess is kind of necessary considering how it is the first episode of the season. Kind of has to set out what the season's actually talking about, so that's not really a negative in my opinion. The only negative that I can really find is that the mechanic isn't really used too much, and that kind of is, like, you know, just a thing throughout Ninjago where the mechanic is simply just a throwaway Ninjago villain. He kind of pops up a lot, but there's not really a whole lot to discuss with his character. He basically is just helping out some other villain here, which I suppose is appropriate considering his character, but that's not really an episode fault itself. It's more like a fault for the overall series. But overall, this episode was really solid, all things considered. What a great start to the actual season itself, and I have a feeling that this season will get a lot more, I guess, credit than, you know, what Season 11 got from the fans, which is good. It's nice to see Ninjago get back into the swing of things, and it's nice to see the fan base united on this. I've seen a lot of praise for this episode so far, and I myself will be adding to the praise. I'm going to go ahead and give this episode a 9.5 out of 10 for everything I just listed in this review. What a great solid start to the season, and I can't wait to see more. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including once again the marvelous Jan. Thank you guys so much for watching this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.